So it's all India rank 2. Have you imagined?
Never have I imagined in my wildest of my dreams, because I'm a person who used to daydream a lot, because somebody had told me that if you daydream, that means you feel that you're capable enough that you'll be in a position. So I used to always daydream that I had cleared this, or in the best case scenario, I have gotten a double-digit rank and had gotten IS. But AIR-02 is something that I had not thought in any of my dreams for sure.
Yeah, and it's your first attempt, right?
Yes.
So, like, let's start from the beginning. Okay, you are from Orissa, Hannah, and there are many things happened. We have seen in the news and articles in your, personal life. So, tell me something about your
For
childhood.
me, I was always a very studious kid. I was always academically inclined, and throughout my school and then college life as well.
Yeah.
So childhood was something where I always wanted to be a very studious kid, and also was very active in extracurriculars. I was the head boy of the school, so I was always somebody who would always in the tip of his toes to do something more. So I'd always been a kid like that.
I understand. So is it because of your parents, profession, because they were in education system somewhere, and of course, I also belong from the family where my father and mother both are working in the education sector, and they're quite strict to their kids.
So yes, I mean, I remember a lot of our dinner table conversations with my father, especially, would be regarding any political issue or any social issue or economic issue. I used to be in class 6th, 7th or 8th, but that used to be mostly that we used to talk about.
Yeah.
So the environment about the syllabus and everything had always been there. So my father used to teach political science, but during when I was in class 8th and 9th, used to tell that whenever you appear for civil services, POBAD has to be your optional. And my mother is a postgraduate in history and a B.Ed, so she had an inclination towards history.
Oh, nice.
But I think I ditched both of them and I took sociology. But the environment of our house, as you said, since education was something that was priority, my sister had always been a topper in her career as well, my elder sister.
Nice.
So within us, our environment and everything was that where education and how well how seriously you take up your courses is something that had always been there.
Definitely. So it means your father introduced you with UPSC.
Yes. And right from very early childhood, when I must be in class 4th, 5th, so I must have seen a DM coming to one of our schools where being a chief guest, and then my father would have told more about him, and then ever since I can recollect of my childhood days, I can think that I would have said I want to become so and so and an IAS, because I had always this thought that I might not become an IAS instantly or without a job, but I had always, whatever profession I took, at the end of the day, at the end of my career, I want to become an IAS officer. So
it was about your family background. If I talk about the social background.
So we come from a very humble background. Even though my father and mother were in teaching profession, my paternal side of my side are majorly come from agriculture background, and most of my paternal side were farmers. At my maternal side, my Nanaji was in state services.
Oh, that's
So he had also an impact on me, but that also like promotional state services. So by the time I was born, he had already retired. So I had not seen him exactly as a civil servant, but I had read stories about him and things like that. So that was my social background.
You were always focused to the studies only.
Yes, I was focused to study, but not only. I was always a debater. I used to do acting. I used to give extempores. I used to do paint.
Acting?
I used to dance.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
I still dance. I was in a dance class in Delhi here as well. So I was very active in extracurriculars too. But studies is something that I always focus. I used to never get bored of studies while I was in school. So I mean, that sounds very boring, I understand, but
no, it doesn't sound boring, because I'll tell you, being a very studious kid from the childhood, and now you are telling me that you are into acting, you're into
Yeah.
dancing and multiple things,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. So, how many siblings you are?
I have an elder sibling.
Elder sister?
Yeah, elder sister. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. So, how supportive she is?
Extremely, like both from an emotional and logistical point of view, because for the last 2 years,
Yes.
my mother was going through her cancer treatment and it was not a rosy ride. So there used to be everyday struggles. The cancer is such an ugly disease that more than the disease, the side effects of the medications are severe. So there used to be a lot of emergency visits, scheduled visits to the hospitals, and just to go through the day-to-day problems of physical problems that my mother was encountering, my sister was the one who was at the forefront taking care of that, so that I could spend some time preparing for the.
So, like, since you were introduced by UPSC in your childhood only, आपने pursue क्यों नहीं किया after 12th? Like, you could have gone for the graduation, simply graduation, and then you can pursue the UPSC.
So I had good score in 12th. So even though I was a PCMB student and I had a good score, I had a thought that I would join Stephens or any of the reputed DU colleges and take pol science or history, and then I'll be able to prepare for UPSC simultaneously. But the thing was, it was just recent. It was as in late in 11th when things happened. So I did not want to go far from home because I want to stay closer to Mass. So that's why I chose NIT Rourkela, which is in Odisha itself. And also it made sense because I wanted to get a job, because I was as equal inclined towards medical, and I would also I did well in NEET as well. But I wanted to do engineering because I knew that I'll get a job earlier as compared to medical. So that was the reason that I do not want to go away from home. And second, I wanted to get a job first.
Then UPSC suddenly how?
So the dream was always there. As I said, from college school, I knew that if I'm taking engineering, I want to join a company and then I want to start preparation full-fledgedly. So even before I joined Indian Oil, I had this thought that I'll start preparing, and Indian Oil was extremely supportive and extremely interesting. Not that they had asked me I had not informed for majority part of my time till my interviews that I'm preparing. I used to be very focused at work, and my work was also pretty interesting. I used to work on in a team called Strategic Information Systems, that I used to do artificial intelligence and machine learning stuffs. So extremely interesting thing to do. But after I was off from work, I used to study a lot. So, but the people at the office were extremely supportive on an emotional front. They knew what I was going through with my mother's case. So I had a good work-life balance, had peace of my mind when I used to come back from home. So even though there was financial support, well-paying job, it's a PSU, there's a lot of job security and everything, but I was not settled. I'd never felt settled in that, and because I had this ingrained thing of joining civil services, and I was extremely self-motivated to pursue that. And the fact being, I knew that we did not have a lot of time with my mother. I wanted to do this as soon as possible so that she would be able to see this.